And now the congressional hearings. So the congressional hearings are taking place about Open Society Foundation. Soon there's going to be, Congress is probably going to take on issues of Twitch as a platform and the people who are on Twitch and the things they say, and whether these violate terms of service or what those terms of service are. That's weird. Huh. And now it gets to be very, very interesting. And I wanted to share kind of one of the odd stories that came up on this channel about all of this. Is now they have these people who are like these forensic types talking about where all the money went. Where'd all this money disappear to? Well, now I get to tell this story about a spooky website that changed its story all of a sudden and archived the original. So, Tactical Rabbit, many years ago, had this very detailed report on everything Antifa, every person involved in BLM, all their organizations, tied them to a larger funding umbrella of the Freedom Road Socialist organization. This was up for about 3 months. I made sure I cited it, all this stuff. Luckily, the old homie, he was able to dig up an archive of this. But what the fuck? Holy shit, no way. Oh, they're just curing the floor. Wait. We'll be closed for construction. Okay, because I was like, damn, this was a spread. I'm like, it's already gone? But no, they're improving. So that's a good sign. Having people do things in a town. And so, Tactical Rabbit all of a sudden buried this report. It just was gone from their website. I kept looking, and it had been about 6 to 9 months later. By this time, also, it was starting to become clear. I think that was when Christopher Wray ends up being the FBI guy. So this real detailed report saying, no, there's all this money going to all these different people and places and groups, vanishes once Christopher Wray is head of the FBI on this website. Oh, and Tactical Rabbit, the important part about who they are, they claim themselves to be America's private CIA. They had all of this down. It was a full dossier. And again, it is on, I don't know which archive sites, but it has been archived. So this all just vanished. And I really kind of want to communicate to a lot of people who now you have to seriously start thinking about what information you have sitting around on your devices, on your phone, what your internet trail was. How clever did you end up really being by the end of all this? Because now, of course, this is federal terrorism charges, and they'll have, forensic, computer forensics, looking into it. But to know that all of a sudden, a huge trough of information that was public saying, no, they're definitely laundering money, and here's how they're probably doing it, vanished. As if God himself or the devil himself just suddenly helped you out of nowhere. Just threw you an ace. There's been a lot of these where all of a sudden you guys just get thrown an ace, and it's only because I know what to look for that I could spot. Well, that's kind of interesting. That it's kind of like they just got thrown an ace out of nowhere. The FBI suddenly thought you were just an idea, even though you clearly were individuals who knew each other. You had your own lingo, you had your own look. You actually thought yourself different than the Revcommers, and because you thought yourself different from them, that shows, yeah, you have similar ideas, but you guys see each other solidly as sort of different militias / gangs. So nobody like me was really fooled, but a lot of people had to play dumb because of polite society and all that, and I'm from impolite society. Oi, oi, oi. So that's what, that's how this is going. And the terrorism charges are going to be rough, because remember, the first person that they can and should go for is Luis. I mean, like, this guy, like, he's in photos with Democratic representatives. He's like this big deal. He's considered some kind of big deal guy. He assaulted Tiny Toesa's friend, and that's what kind of even got this even started. That's another one I wanted to make sure to tie together, not only that tactical rabbit thing, but also the thing of, I saw Tiny Toesa and his little bunch of friends get beat up by Luis because they were protesting abortion at the airport, and all these people mobbed up on them and knocked this dude out, and an ambulance had to be called for him. And Luis then gets famous by dancing around over his knocked out body in the Portland airport, because that's how they are. And so I was there. I got to see it all. I got to see from the inception what you guys did to everybody, punch by punch. I saw homie Dario knock you out. I saw you guys. And now you're going to federal prison for terrorism. And I really am kind of looking forward to that, seeing the TikTok reel of you guys crying about federal terrorism charges. I'm going to play Cockspar and Agnostic Front while I watch you, Antifa, cry, knowing what's going to happen to you in federal fucking prison. And it's going to be joy, pure joy, unadulterated joy. It's been so long. It's been so long that I've been waiting for this to happen. And that everyone kept pussyfooting around with you guys. And that eventually got to the point where you just expected your violence to show up like some kind of row moving through an Andy Cap comic or something. I mean, just this cloud of hands and feet and Newsy Cat and Gatsby's, and stuff. And here they are to destroy and maim and ruin things. And now it's, oh no, federal. That's the beauty of it, is everywhere, coming like hawks, caw-caw, and just grabbing you. Do you have a black mask? Oh, it's gonna be glorious. And there's gonna be people that are gonna try to fight this. And, it was a movement, an ideology, but you don't understand. You don't have the mental capacities because you aren't educated. And it won't matter. It won't matter. That's the best part, is someone's going to try to defend themselves with, it's an ideology. Sorry, federal prison doesn't care. Oh, it's going to be glorious. And so basically, Joe Biafra, you lost. You lost your little battle. Where you wanted to, you lost. Cockspur 1, and now nobody even knows who Screwdriver is. Do you realize that everyone forgot Dead Kennedy's music and how poignant it was in pointing out, I believe this might be the government doing this. Everyone forgot Dead Kennedy's music, but you can hear England Belongs to Me being played at protests now. And nobody even knows what the band Screwdriver ever was. That is victory. That's a wonderful I'm going to have to sip coffee just to sip that victory level down. Yes. The working class won in a way that people don't understand because they want to believe otherwise. But it's going to take time, and it's not going to be paradise. The time of bitter strength is going to be bitter. The thing is, though, the trends are just too darn good in our way. Oh, and then 7 comets. Yeah. 7 comets just flying around. I mean, really. It's just, you can't write this story. All right, later.